Working for Crag is like working with superheroes. The attorneys at Crag stand up against giants and win for the people and win for the environment.
If someone chooses to violate the law for commercial gain, then there needs to be a watchdog and to say you're not going to do that. And if you try to do that, we'll use the law to stop you.
And so that's what we do. We serve as the public's lawyer, as your lawyer, as our clients' lawyers to protect our resources.
We wanted to give power to people to be able to go to court to access justice, to make a difference. If you don't get access to the courts, then you can't stop bad decisions from being implemented. And that's what Crag does. We give all kinds of people the ability to check abuse.
There's an imbalance in the system. Corporations who have a lot of money and a lot of resources, they can go out and hire an army of lawyers that have amazing amounts of time and energy to try and figure out how to get corporations what they want. We really started Crag to try to balance the scales, to create that same resource but for the public and for citizens and activists and communities that are trying to protect those places, those special places where they live and where they work and where they play.
The law is a scary, complicated thing, and it's particularly so when the other side is really uncooperative. Craig has been in this situation with us many times, and we're sitting at a table where it's us and one of the Craig attorneys on one side of the table, and there's 12 folks on the other side of the table who are getting paid a whole lot of money to tell us that we don't know what we're doing and what we're talking about is completely wrong. And in that case, it's great to have folks like Craig at the table with us where they can make it clear that we're serious. And it's the case that the law is on our side as well.
I look at what this organization's been able to accomplish over 10 years, and it's hard to envision the Northwest without the work that we've done.
Working at Crag Law Center and the Coastal Law Project, I'm able to bring some additional tools to local residents and their communities to help them participate in a process and have a voice for what the future of their communities will look like.
We use all the tools we can come up with, everything available to us to try to represent people who otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity to be represented.
We've taken on a lot of challenging projects for over 100 groups throughout Oregon, Washington, and Alaska.
We've helped steward the north side of Mount Hood, a drinking watershed and an incredible recreational resource.
We've made differences in wine country by protecting farmland and forest land from overdevelopment.
I've fought for air quality and water quality, old growth forests. I fought for tiny blue butterflies and gigantic, majestic bowhead whales in the Arctic.
We have worked on the Oregon coast, protecting amazing places, beautiful landscapes, where parents and children will hopefully be able to enjoy those special places for generations to come. We're trying to make sure that we're around for the long term, so that there is a consistent voice for the public's interest in these resources.
Our climate is changing and our planet is warming, and it's going to take all our creativity to be able to protect the natural world in the future.
Most Oregonians talk about how the coast is a place that's incredibly special to them. As we face the effects of climate change and sea level rise, we'll see more and more challenges to protecting the natural resources of Oregon's coast as we know them now.
We really only have one chance to get this right, and we have one opportunity to pass on to future generations what we were given by generations before us. Until that next generation comes along, and until someone comes and fills that same role, we continue to protect and steward to make sure that the next generation gets to enjoy the same thing.